Hello Gemini, Elsie here to do a reading for you. How are you, friends? I'm here to throw some cards. Let's get some energy on the table, figure out what's going on. For some of you, this won't resonate for everybody, but I'll give it my best shot to read somebody's energy here. Let's find out what's going on for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs, which means it's not just sun signs, right, that I'm reading for. And yeah, we're going to use this one oracle deck. I'm going to pull one card from here. We're going to go with a 9-card draw. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to find the extended and how to get a private read if you're interested in that. Let's find out what's going on for you. Thanks for showing up here. I appreciate your clicks and that you are that loyal. Thanks for that. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini. We've got the wise leader. Well, you are that. I'm telling you what. Most of the people, well, all the people in my life anyway, are wise. My Geminis are wise, man. And Gemini rules my 7th house, which is the 7th house. The 7th house is about like friendship, soulmates, that kind of thing. And to tell you what, anytime I meet a Gemini, I bond to them. Yeah. So the wise leader, it says you are a beacon to others. I really do believe you are, but I think you're kind of unaware of it. Some of you are, maybe not all of you, but some of you are unaware of it. And so the wise leader, I feel like you're the one that people look to for the answer. You're the one that comes with the receipts and the clarifications. When something is going on and they're not sure how to feel, you're the one that comes in like the lawyer and says, well, this, and that. Here are the receipts. Make up your own mind. You never tell people what to think, but you are going to kick open the door and just give them the information, right? And that's what we count on you for. We've got the Great Adventure. It says, take a risk, adventure forward. I think this means emotionally. We've got a boat that's on water. It feels like you're about to possibly embark on a new emotional journey. And that could mean anything. It doesn't have to be relationship related. Something that is very close to your heart is what I think it is. Let's take a look at tarot. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. My bestie since childhood is a Gemini. A Gemini with a rising Cancer. Gosh, she's just a beautiful, beautiful sweetheart. But don't piss her off. Don't play. Tell me about Gemini. Do not play with Gemini. Tell you about Gemini. We've got the 6 of Cups. We've got the Hermit energy. And we've got the Ace of Wands. So this reading, the intention of this reading, I just didn't want to get into it much at the beginning because I was saying a lot of shit. But, you know, this is the post new moon in Aries reading. And we all know that there's a lot of stuff going on in Aries if you're following along with that at all. And I feel like, of course, you know, Uranus is about to enter your sign, right? It's leaving Taurus. We're kicking it out. Finally, it's leaving us alone. And it's heading over to your energy, which is going to really, I feel like the influence of Uranus has changed who I am, how I look, how I interact with the world. And for you, it's sort of this energy of being in the mind, right? So for you, it could be how you change your mind, how you see things, your perception, your perspective of things might change. So I feel like what this is saying here is it feels like the Hermit is here. But when you come out of Hermit energy, I feel like you take action. I think you hit the reset button, friend. I feel like for the longest time you're here, maybe you do a lot of things in your life. The reason that you do a lot of things is because of nostalgia. You might be following a tradition, or you might be doing something that somebody taught you how to do this way. And so you're not willing to change your mind about how to do it a different way to maybe get a better result. The same kind of result, but maybe even better. But I think feel like it feels as though you're constantly going over how you feel about that, right? So I feel like you are coming out of this Hermit energy. So I think that sometimes, like, it feels to me like Gemini, like I'm connecting with somebody that feels as though they don't belong, or feels as though they don't belong in the group, or, you know, it feels as like you are somebody who maybe really loves spending time by yourself. Like, it feels like you love spending time by yourself, but it also feels that maybe sometimes you go within because of these nostalgic things, and you sort of try and ask yourself, am I doing it for the right reason? I feel like you're about to change your path, change your mind. You're about to hop out of this Hermit energy and put the gas to the, put the gas pedal to the ground. Like it feels like that. You're going to be taking action on something here and resetting a thought pattern. It feels like. Tell me more about Gemini. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like this is something that you've been working on for a while. Like feels like you put your efforts into this, but I feel like you just weren't ready. You're sitting in Hermit energy, but I think that the Ace of Wands being Aries energy, I feel like it's saying, it's beckoning you. Come on, put your foot on the gas. Put it to the floor. It feels great when you put it to the floor. I think you're being asked to do that. You might be someone who has fire energy and you just haven't, maybe your Gemini energy pulls you back or grounds you from your fire energy. We do have, you're thinking of consequences here, Five of Cups, right? What are the consequences of me not following the rules? Because Virgo can be very rule bound. Not following the rules that were made for me back there. Right? It feels nostalgic, like I've always done it this way. Why do I have to change? I feel like this Aries energy is beckoning you to try something different. Go out and try something different. If you're a person who never speeds, maybe you just need to go to the outside of your city and speed down a road for a moment, see how it feels. I feel like all of your time or effort or your energy or your work is put into staying within boundaries. Staying within boundaries, but I think they're boundaries you've created for yourself. And so I think that you're thinking, if I get out of this Hermit energy where it's less structured, what if I do that? What are the consequences? Because I feel like that's what this reading might be about, because that's at the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is the Five of Cups. How am I going to feel if I don't do it like I always did? We've got the Two of Wands. It does feel like you're about to go on some sort of really exciting or adventurous path. I think you're about to see out into the future and see the excitement that's out there. I do feel that you have a plan. I feel like you have a plan. Like if I could do whatever I wanted to do, I'd get on a plane and go to Hawaii. If I could do whatever I wanted to do without consequence, I would. I feel like you think about these things. It feels like you have a plan or an idea of what you would want to do, but it also feels like the third wand is here. I always say the plan is here, and this is a place where we have the plan, but we have not yet executed the plan. You are waiting for the Ace of Wands to beckon you to put your foot on the gas and go, to hit the reset button here. So I feel like you're a person who colors inside the lines, and I feel like this new moon in Aries is giving you the energy or the fire to get outside the lines or stop coloring outside the lines. We've got the Ace of Cups. I think that you stay inside the lines, or that you're someone who is quite structured in your life mentally or maybe emotionally, that you're quite structured, because that way you don't get hurt. And I feel as though this Aries energy, this new moon energy, is beckoning you to create a new reality. Asking you, what do you want to do? Because you can create that new reality if you want to, if you're just willing to take a risk, if you're willing to look at this path as it's opening, right? As things are expanding. Oh, yes. And Jupiter is right next to you in Cancer at this moment, I think. I don't know when Cancer leaves, or when Jupiter leaves Cancer, but I think that you're feeling that influence as well. It feels like that there is some sort of path or expansion going on in your life, and I feel like you've been trying to maybe not necessarily hold back, but trying to put it within the parameters of your mind or how you feel about the situation. I feel like you're a person who is quite grounded. It feels like you're quite grounded, but look, I never met a Gemini who is less flexible than me, and I'm a Taurus. I was just under the assumption that if you're a fixed sign, you're really fixed. And if you're not, then you have an easier time making change. I don't think you have an easy time making change, Gemini. I don't think you do, friend. I feel as though you have conversations about it. I think you talk to people about your plan. I feel that you have, I'm going to say that, Taurian energy here. It feels like you're kind of a little bit stubborn, I'm going to say, that you have a plan. You know exactly what to do and execute the plan, but I think that's where you get stuck. You get stuck in the edits, Gemini. It feels like you know what to do, and then you edit the plan. And then you're like, I can go over that plan again. And you edit some more. And I feel like you're stuck in the edits is what it feels like. You're editing the edits that have already been edited. That's what it feels like. Tell me about the hurt. Oh, first we'll put down 2 cards here. I keep forgetting. We'll put down 2 cards to see what's going on under the surface, Gemini. we've got the Six of Wands and we've got the Seven of Cups. You are busting right out of confusion. It feels like you are finally going to fight for whatever victory or success is coming to you. You're finally deciding to put yourself out there. That's what the Six of Wands is. You're not scared of the spotlight, or you're not scared of people watching you. It feels like something that was cloudy becomes clear, an illusion. I feel like you fight through the illusion or the cloud. It feels like a cloud or something that was obstructing your view, or maybe it's like a smoke and mirrors sort of thing. Tell me about, smoke and mirrors is like things are illusional, right? And it's like maybe I don't really have a hold on exactly what's going on. Maybe it's an illusion that I can't do it or that I shouldn't. Tell me what the Hermit is all about, please. We have the Ten of Pentacles because maybe it'll cost you too much. Maybe it'll take you too long to do it. Maybe you feel like you're too old in your life and you shouldn't go back to school, or you're too old to start a business. Look, I started my business at 50. Maybe you feel like you've aged out somehow. I'm going to say it never stops. You never age out. Society will tell you that you've aged out. But if we all listen to society, we'd all be poor, right? We'd be poor and bored. I feel like there is a little bit of fight in you here, I want to say. The Hermit energy tells me, this is both Virgo energy, by the way. So the Hermit energy tells me that possibly you think, it's going to cost too much money. I'm just not going to take that trip to Hawaii. It's going to be too expensive. And then what? I have to take money out of my savings. Where it feels like there's something here that you really value, that you value stability, you value good health, you value time, effort, or energy. You value long-term self-reliance is what it feels like. But it also feels as though that's why you play inside the lines, or that's why you color inside the lines. The Hermit is really hard on themselves. That's Virgo energy. And Virgo, although is very helpful to everyone else, is very hard on themselves. And so I feel like you are a little bit hard on yourself, that maybe you think that maybe it's not worth it, or you don't see the worth in it, or that you want to you'd rather keep the money in the bank and not have the adventure. But I feel like you're about to change your mind. You see what I mean? Uranus is showing up, and I think that you're already in this energy of, I'm about to change my mind, because look, we're already at the 20th, and at the 26th, on the 26th of April, that's when Uranus shows up in your sign. So I think that you're already in this place of, I have unfinished business. What if I were to leave the earth tomorrow? What is there that I haven't done that I would regret on my deathbed? Like, it feels like that. We've got the Four of Pentacles. I feel that you are saving money, saving for something. It feels like you see the value in saving money or putting it in the bank and not really spending it. I feel like all of this money that you have saved, I'm not telling you to be, I'm not telling you to just throw your money at things. I'm not saying don't save your money for whatever you feel like you should save it for, security or stability or whatever it is. But I feel like somebody's really been packing away a lot of money, but the World card is in the reverse. I feel like I've got unfinished business. It feels like you're in this energy of, yeah, I have a lot of money in the bank, but I just want to go to Ireland. I just want to go to Canada. I just want to see parts of the US. Like, it feels like somebody here wants to go on some sort of an adventure is how I'm getting the Three of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles is bringing us, the Empress. I like it. We've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay. So if the Seven of Coins is about putting the hard work into something, but also about waiting until the right time, the right moment, because Taurus needs more information. This is Taurian energy. And of course, the Empress is Taurus and Libra. So it feels like you might do it in Taurus season, which is right around the corner, right? That's happening. Is that happening today? What's today anyway? What's today? Yeah, it's happening today. No, it won't happen today, but I feel like it's happening in Taurus season. So between now and possibly the end of May. It feels like this Empress energy is you realize that you are abundant, regardless of whether you have $5,000 or $20,000 in the bank. You are still abundant. You have stability. You don't have to spend it all down to zero. I feel like this Gemini energy, which is right here, this Gemini energy is giving you some sort of truth that it's time to take action on my abundance. It's time for me to go somewhere, do something, get on the horse, get it on the motorcycle. But I also feel that you're feeling a little emotionally depleted. It feels like somebody here is emotionally depleted. I want to talk to somebody about that. So I feel like although you do have the abundance, you feel abundant, you can do it on your own. It feels like, yeah, I just want to take a trip to Portugal by myself. Like it feels like you, instead of jumping at it or moving too quickly here, I feel like the Queen of Cups in the reverse is telling me my intuition's offline. I'm not really sure, not really listening to what my intuition's saying, but I also feel like somebody here is emotionally tapped out at this time. Tell me about the Two of Wands. What's the plan? Gemini, what's the plan? We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Very interesting. I feel like we have scarcity going on here. I feel like you have enough, but I feel like you don't think you have enough. It feels like you are doing pretty well, but you feel like you don't have enough. Tell me about the King of Pentacles being in the reverse. The Four of Swords is here. And we've got the Queen of Wands. So I feel that you don't have either enough organization, enough details, enough information, or enough money or security or stability to be able to make the big, bold move that you want to make. I feel that you think you have to heal your finances or heal your stability or heal whatever the king is talking about. It could be material wealth. It could be time, effort, or energy. Maybe you don't have the time. Maybe you're really scheduled in your life, right? Maybe there's too many things going on in your life and you can't get away. Well, I feel like once you heal that thought of the King of Pentacles being in the reverse, which tells me there's an impact in the finances, or I'm scared I'm going to impact my finances or impact my future stability, it feels like you make the big, bold move anyway. Because I think you've got the plan down and you've edited the plan so many times. I feel like this Ace of Wands is beckoning you to take action. Put the pedal to the metal, friend. Tell me why the Magician is here. This is you creating your own reality, friend. I feel like you realize that all the skills and the resources, all the money, all the time, all the aces are in your hand. You can do whatever you want if you don't listen to the group of people who are giving you feedback. We've got the King of Cups in the reverse. We've got the Justice card, and we've got the High Priestess. So I feel as though you're trying to quiet your emotional self because we now have the King and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. I'm going to say that it feels like somebody's pushing emotion onto you. It could be a mother and a father. I do see the King and Queen of Cups as that. Or somebody who's emotionally attached to you is like, don't go. Please don't go do that thing. Could be someone in your workplace. Could be someone in a place you go to coffee for every week, but we'll miss you if you go. Like, it feels like you're a fixture somewhere because the King of Pentacles is here and you're sort of thinking about, well, it's going to impact other people. It's going to impact my stability and how I show up. And, that's Taurian energy. And Taurus is all about doing the same thing over and over again because they like the comfort zone, right? They like the comfort zone until they decide to take the leap. So I feel like you are excited because the Ace of Wands is here, excited about this Magician energy. I can create my own vision of what I want for my life. And I think that when you feel this, if you could look at this with me for a moment as a feeling, when you feel this, when you feel the restoration, the solid, I would say, balance or harmony of your intuition, that's when it's going to be time to go. When you're not feeling all overly emotional about getting off the horse. I feel like when you become unstuck is when you realize that you are the person who is in charge. You've made all the decisions. You are the subject matter expert. You know the plan, and you can do it if you want, friend. Okay, look, we're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk more about this and this. We're going to talk more about, this is the middle of everything. I feel like you're worried about how everyone else is going to feel about the situation. We'll talk about that. If you want to come to the extended, then please go to the top of the comments. Top of the comments, you'll see there is one pinned comment. Click on read more and you will see two links there. One is for the membership area, which is where I'm going to put this as I do the extended. If you're interested in a private read, there is a sale coming up and it does begin today. So I will pin it in the pinned comment as well. As of today, you'll be able to get 10% off anything that I do as a pre-recorded read. I only have a sale every 2 or 3 months on my pre-recorded reads. So now would be a good time to take advantage. There is a code that you're going to need in the in the pinned comment, you will need the code Flower Moon, because that's what we're coming up to on May the 1st. We're coming up to the Flower Moon in full moon in Scorpio. And so if you want to do a pre-recorded read, you will get 10% off on checkout. If you're interested in a live read, then please make sure that you book in advance. You will get between 5 and 75% off a live call, a video call, or a chat call if you want to do that with me, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You do have to pre-book it. I'm going to go for now into the extended. If you're there, great. And if you're not, that's cool too, because I'll be back, because I'm always back. Take care, Gemini. Bye-bye.